So the other day, busy doing my usual stuff, and I see that RoadHouse came out on Amazon Prime. And now I didn't immediately go and just want to check it out, but I actually had watched a review on it that sort of made me more curious than the trailer itself. So I figured, okay, this reviewer sort of liked it. He had some issues with it, but it was worth your time. So I figured, okay, I'll go and I'll check it out. So I loaded up my Amazon Prime, and as one does, and I started watching it, and immediately I was having a good time. I don't know what it is about this film, the color grading on it, the way that the film is shot. It sort of forces you to kind of feel like you're having fun, even when there aren't really fun things happening on screen. You know, it makes you feel like you are in the Keys without it feeling overly, humid or everyone's sweating, but it made you feel warm watching it, like you were already having fun, like you enjoyed the visuals it was giving you. Now, as far as the performances go, Jake Gyllenhaal carries this movie. Without his charm and without his ability to be that good guy that he is, this movie would have failed. Now, this movie really does call back to the old type of like kind of westerns, and a lone guy enters a town and saves it from the bad sheriff or whatever it is, and you don't see that very often anymore, and this movie does it really well, actually. And another one of the things it does well is showing the different life transitions that a fighter might go through. You might have reached the top and you might have reached a lot of success, but it doesn't take very much for you to tumble back down to the bottom. And I think it was Sean Strickland actually said he had the same opinion, and it's more realistic that a guy goes, fights, has success, and then he's still broke weeks after the fight because of all the things that they have to pay for. So I enjoyed that dynamic of the fight. Now, the fight scenes themselves were a little bit weird because it does this, it's almost as if they're on a platform and the camera's just rotating around them. So it's a little bit disorienting, and I just wish I could see a good fight. That's not to say that the fight scenes are bad. They just, sometimes you feel a little bit disconnected from what's actually happening because you're not sure what is happening. You just know, impact. Oh, they're switching around. If the camera could have just panned out a little bit and just focused on the skill level of the fighters. And I know maybe he's not that guy. I know maybe I'm spoiled coming from martial arts films that showed off the legitimate skill of both or all people involved. But other than that, the fight scenes were fun. They were a good time. Like they had impact. Conor McGregor as an actor, he's not amazing. He's not great by any means. He's not winning any Oscars, but it's his first movie role. And for what he was supposed to do, he did a pretty damn good job, I feel like. He's funny. Throughout the movie, he's just like a big ball of chaos that's roaming around this little world that they got going on here because somebody just happened to make the call, and here he comes. He doesn't stop until mission accomplished. For what he's supposed to do in the movie, spot on. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of gaps and holes and plot holes in the plot itself, because it's sort of nonsensical. It's sort of weird living in a time where we have smartphones, like technology, and you would feel like maybe this wouldn't be a problem so much nowadays in like a spot like this, but I could be wrong. For an hour and whatever it was a good time. I had fun, and I would very gladly go back to this world that they've created because it was a lot of fun to be in and see the people. And and as cliche as the plot points were, like oh, he's gonna leave town and there's a tragedy that makes him come back, and even some of the dialogue, it was the same way. Like it's almost like the movie was self-aware of what it was and what it was doing. So in that regard, it sort of makes the cheese more bearable because even the movie knows, like they're hamming it up. They're doing what they do. So I do recommend seeing this movie. If I had to grade it out of a score of a 10, I'd give it like a 6.5. It's a good time. It's not like Oscar bait or nothing like that. But if you just want, a dude's night in and you guys want to watch this, I'm sure you could watch this with a date and she would have a good time too. So I'd give it like a 6.5 out of 10. Thanks for valuing whatever the hell I have to say about anything, because that means a lot to me. So like, comment, share, anything to help the channel grow. Really appreciate it. And until next time, guys, take care of each other.
Hey, fellas. Looks like you're having a smacking night.